What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we are gonna take a look at Miles Morales from Across the Spider-Verse, and you can order this figure at bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. $4 shipping. I normally put it on Pile of Loot and ship it all at once, so it feels like Christmas every time I receive a package. But let's talk about this figure, MMS 710. I do have the Miles Morales, and this is a tall one, from, what's that? That's not Across the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse. And I always wanted to have a second body of that, because I always felt like I am leaving something out. You know, like he's good as Miles Morales with his black suit, but at the same time, he looks great in the street clothes. But the body was expensive, so I never got around it. But so what I did was, you know what, I'll just buy this, and then by getting this, I can display one as Miles Morales, like the Spider-Man, and the other one is just the street clothes. So win-win. And also, you know, he's a little bit older here. I forgot how good the movie is. Perhaps I watched it when I was a little sleepy the first time around, but I rewatched it again. And my God, it's a great movie. It's a really good movie. Both of them, as a matter of fact. So you're not gonna regret. If you haven't seen the movie, you know, do yourself a favor, because it's one of the better movies out there. But as a figure, as you can see, I mean, just like the previous Miles Morales, there's a lot of options here. And this is not the special edition. That special edition has been waitlisted for a while now, so I didn't even try. I'm just happy to have this at the moment, right? Like it's been sold out in most places. Some of them waitlisted, and I saw it on Big Bad. I was just like, I'm gonna get this, because I always wanted, you know, like I said, a second body. I was perfectly happy with the first Miles, but I can't pass it up. You know, like I said, instead of spending, like, I think $150 was the asking price for the second body back then, you know, added half of that, and I got a full second figure. And this is the Air Jordans 1, that is generic. You can see all the hands, and the head sculpt is there. If you get the special edition, you even get the, you know, the extra head sculpt with like a half mask on, which is also great. But the amount of clothing, the layers that he does have here is amazing. And then you can see Spot. The backdrop in here actually is pretty good. We'll showcase that later. But this jacket with a denim on it, you know, denim vest, and then he got a hoodie, and then you got some pants. I believe those are denim pants, and the jersey and the long sleeve shirt. I mean, layers after layers of clothing. And even at that, it doesn't feel like he's restrictive at all. You know, it's annoying to put him all together and then take it all out if you want him to switch to the spider suit, but I always wanted to have that option. And we'll take a look at these accessories. So he got a plethora of hands here. This is the web hands. The web is interesting because it's old as well. And then you got some, these are like expressive open palm hands, and you can see the palm area is red, and then there's some nice texture design on the gloves itself. And then this is, I would say, for the hero landing pose, you know, like he's holding the ground or crawling in the wall type of gesture here. This is for the webs that you can have him hold this one. But like I said, those effects are from the old Spider-Man, and I don't know, I just don't like the implementation of it. And then you got several eyes in here as well, the big ones. And then you got this nice comic book. It's a bit oversized, in my opinion, because it's big for him, for a 1/6 figure. I feel like the previous ones were better, but this is highly detailed. You can see different pages have different, you know, pictures and galleries in here as well. So that is pretty cool. And then you have this magnetic effect that you put on his head, which I'm probably gonna use once or twice and then not ever again. And it's magnetic. You can just attach it to his head, and then you get this magnet piece And then you have the it's not a watch, like his guest pass for his time travel thingy. So that's pretty cool as well. That's made out of like a really soft rubber. And then his neck piece, when you want him to be just civilian, civilian looking Miles, you can use that neck piece. Something that we've seen from the previous Miles Morales as well. But this is cool. Like all these layers of clothing is amazing. Can you use them for other figures? Perhaps he's not exactly. The body is a bit weird. He's not the obviously the true type. Because I'm thinking of just buying a regular body on eBay or something for like $20 and see how it works. Maybe the skinny type, because the body for Miles Morales is a bit strange. Like he's skinny. He's not really full height because he's a teenager. But I'll give it a shot. And then the Jordans. Now no laces, because the previous one has laces that are just kind of like free flowing. Not this time. And then you have a case for your base, which is pretty cool. I like it. Also it serves as a stopper for the backdrop, which is I'll show you later, because you also have that spot thing where it falls down and over, so well, you'll see those implemented on the posing part. But let's talk about the suit. This suit is, well, the first one is already great. They outdid themselves, in my opinion, in this suit. There's textures. There's like blue hue in here. The undergarment, and you can see it peek through the sleeves. It's like blue. It's like shiny blue underneath it. And it's like Superman. You won't see it now, but the moment you insert the civilian clothing, you'll see it there. And it is pretty consistent as well. You don't see a whole lot of seam in here, even on the legs. And the material was also used to wrap the mask that he does. He looks like he has. That's a bad implementation. He looks like he got a tea bag or something. I don't know why they did that, but the print looks pretty cool. The red part is like rubbery, but it doesn't feel like, at least for me, it doesn't feel like it's gonna peel. I have my old Miles. That's probably, I don't know, 2-3 years old, maybe more by now. And it still hasn't shown like Superman-esque, with Christopher Reeve. Mine's still intact, by the way. But I've seen some where it's peeling. It doesn't feel like it's going to happen here. Now, the head sculpt is great. The previous Miles has a plastic head sculpt, which is, not bad. But it has a certain shine to it that doesn't feel like it's consistent with the rest of his outfit. This one is. This head sculpt is wrapped in the same clothing, or there's you can see the stitching on the back, the same fabric as used in the entire figure. So there's no shine. It doesn't look like it's not plastic. So it's pretty consistent, and you can see the kind of like the mark where this kind of like magnets has to go and attach, and your magnet's gonna fall off. I guarantee you mine has fallen off like twice now. Their glue is just atrocious. Like I said, this effect is cool, but I don't see myself using this beyond this review. But it has the school effect, like from the movie. I got the big wide eyes here. You can switch it up, obviously, the way you wanted it. You can center it out as well if you choose to do so. But it's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. You can take this off, and now you got this beautiful mask. It's just, and it also comes with this magnet that is not really effective. I'm not gonna lie to you. You saw that, like I can't even. It sticks, but how this was done, and I'm using this all wrong. By the way, that's why I can't insert this. Yeah, that's not how it works. It should be on the other eye, by the way. But it's me. So it's kind of hollow inside. So it just sits there, and it's flushed. So you can't really mix match The eye, as always, like he's winking. He just looks like he's not even Spider-Man at this point. But this is how it's supposed to be, like those big eyes right there. That's how it's supposed to look like. So 3 different looks here. I wish there's like a more smaller one where he's kind of like squinting and all that stuff. But it's all right. It's all right. Honestly, I barely changed the eyes on my Spider-Man. I really rare that I do that. As far as the Miles Morales head sculpt, this looks amazing. Now, you can't change the hair compared to the first one, which you can kind of interchange. And the first one has its own merit. There is a second head sculpt with a different expression on it. You can kind of interchange the headpiece. You can have, like the hair or the semi-mask. You can't really do that here. However, where this shines, outside of everything else, it's a different look. Miles Morales, he's a bit older here. He's more of a teenager here. Compared to the first one, is that he has rolling eyeball system. And this is different because normally the rolling eyeball system does have that unique square looking peg so you could, kind of just flush it in and then remove it, get the eyes, the socket and all that stuff. This is normal peg. I'm surprised they went this way. So this one, I think you actually need to use the tool, because I tried with my fingers. I mean, it's still doable, to attach it. It's just not ideal. You can see here, this is the regular ball peg, and it's not hitting the joystick underneath his eye. It's shorter. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll work, because I get it, why somebody would do what they did. And this is the rubber piece, as a matter of fact. So if you want to display him as Miles Morales, again, this is present in the first one. You could do so and then just cover it up with the clothing that he does have. But going back to the rolling eyeball system, normally with the other one, once you insert it, the eyes gets wonky a little bit. This one works pretty fine. So maybe we should just go back. I don't know. Maybe we should just go back to this. I don't have problems with the other one either. But let's talk about articulation. This guy is pretty articulated. So I don't know. I hope you can hear that. Maybe not this one. It's the legs, I think, that's ratcheted. But this one, you can look at that. Look at that range of movement right there. Look at how you bend the elbows. It's a very unique, specific body for Miles, and I'm all for it. I'm all for this. You can hear the ratchet on his legs. You can bend the knees. Beautiful. The ankles could bend as well. There's a lot of things you could do with this figure. Like I said, split the legs there. The suit itself is, I feel like it's stretchy enough that it's gonna be okay. Like, you're gonna be fine. You can lift the leg right there. I mean, the toes. There's toe articulation, bicep swivel. You get some leg swivel as well. Double jointed on the knee. Every pose that you can think of, and I would say you can leave him in that pose as well, if you decide to do so. That's how versatile this figure is. And speaking of poses, as you can see here, this is the ground pound pose, which I easily achieved. This is not hard at all, as you can see there. That T-back thing is not working well for me now. I can't unsee it, but it's a design that they choose to do so. But look at this pose right here. Before, I'm always afraid to put my figures in this type of pose, because I always feel like I'm putting enough, too much stress on the suit that I'm gonna break it. Now, not only can I achieve this pose very easily, but I'm now also not afraid to leave him in this pose for a long period of time. I won't, because it takes up too much space within my display, but I'm just saying, if you choose to do so, I believe this is the type of pose that, you shouldn't be worried about, because it just looks great. Like, you can achieve this. And now, I know I didn't tackle it on the accessories part. I probably should have, The backdrop looks amazing. As you can see, it's double-sided, and there's magnets in the back part for Spot's leg and arms. I can't wait to see the third movie, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I want to see what Spot's going to do. I'm excited for the movie itself. I think it's a great movie. And then, as you can see here, the base has the cover is, because once you put Spot's, legs and arms, it becomes top heavy. So the base kind of holds it back from tipping over. So there's a use for that. And now look at this. I didn't highlight the entire, I guess, outfit for this. Maybe I should have. I just, kind of focused on the suit. But look at this. Like the biggest dilemma you're going to have once you buy this figure is the options. Like, how are you going to pose Miles Morales? Because as a Spider-Man, looks fantastic. You can do a lot of poses. But as Miles, as civilian Miles, he looks great as well. This is his look when they're having a party on the rooftop. It's just so many layers of clothing. It looks great. I feel like I can borrow some of the clothing and give it to a kit bash of mine. I'm trying to kit bash, my own Peter Parker and the hoodie, and I think that would work for him. I can keep on giving him the jacket. But look at the difference between the two Miles and Gwen Stacy here as well. Spider-Gwen. They still work. I don't think they're making Spider-Gwen, right? Like, correct me if I'm wrong here, but they never announced her. So in the meantime, I get this, from Across the Spider-Verse here, or Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Gwen in here, and the young Miles, which is, I don't know, I think young Miles would be relegated to just being Miles Morales for me for now, and then I'll keep the older Miles as Spider-Man. I don't know. I kind of like his suit better in here because of the mask, because of how consistent it is. But there you go. This is one of the best figures out there. If you're a fan of the movie, which I am a huge fan of the movie, it's a no-brainer. You gotta get this. Even if you do have the previous version, I think this is different enough. You could skip this, obviously. I mean, it's really up to you if you're purely satisfied with the first one. But I think it offers a different type of experience and from a different type of movie, which is also great at its own merit, that you could have both. Because if you do, like myself, you're not relegated to just putting them both as, Spider-Man. One could be Miles and one could be Spider-Man. So you don't have to buy two bodies. I like this body more. I feel like this is, not a childlike. I am leaning towards the first version just being straight up Miles. Because with that, I also have a different kind of expression. I got two head sculpts for Miles Morales. The mask version, again, it's plastic, so it's not, too appealing. So I would do that way, I'll go with that display, and for here, I'll keep him like this. But in the meantime, I'll enjoy the layers of clothing because that is a great look as well. But let me know in the comments down below, do you have any of the Across the Spider-Verse? Because I'm planning on getting 2099 as well. Maybe that's it for me once I get that. But let me know, what do you think about this figure? Are you going to buy more? Are you excited for the next movie? Love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.